Hello and welcome to another episode of the Basildon Council official podcast, a place where you, our residents, get to know about things happening around our borough that affect your day-to-day lives. I'm your host Ryan, and today I am happy to say that joining me is Councillor Rimmer, Cabinet Member for Economic Stimulus and Tourism. Good afternoon, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Ryan. Excellent to be here. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, all good. Now, we've done quite a few of these for some councillors, and the majority of them have said they've never done a podcast before. Some of them have had sort of some media sort of work with radio, I suppose you said as well.
Yes.
It's actually sitting down to do a podcast, never done one of those.
No, never actually done a podcast before, so love the medium. Listened to a few in my time. Nice to participate in one.
Now, one thing, especially when it comes to speaking with councillors, is getting to know the councillors. So,
yes.
I mean, I've said it before on a couple of them before. Most people look at councillors and they almost seem like they're unattainable. They're sort of they're far off. They make decisions. They don't live here. It doesn't affect them. They're not human in a way. But we are. We have a name. We've got hobbies. We've got interests. We are a human. So, who is Councillor Rimmer? What's your name?
Yeah, well, Craig is my name, and I live in my ward. So I'm down the street from most of my residents, and something I'm quite proud of, to be representing an area in my ward. Yes, absolutely. And I'm sort of passionate about actually improving Pitsea where I live. And I think we're starting to make strides in that direction. So that's brilliant.
So what attracted you to sort of become a councillor? What was it that made you think, I'm going to do something to try and improve things?
Well, I think in Pitsea I could see in my local area that improvements were being made already, and I thought that I could add something to that and make a difference in terms of regeneration, in terms of amenities, etc. And it's quite clear with local politics, it is an area where actually you can get involved. You can be representing your neighbours and putting across things that they want for their local community.
No. And so how long have we been a councillor now?
It's almost 6 years, so it'll be 6 years in May. So compared to my colleagues, that's quite a short time. For me, that's quite a good time in terms of length of, if you think about jobs you may have or others.
6 years is very respectable.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like we've, a lot's been achieved in that time, which is great.
We still love it.
Yeah, I still really enjoy it. So, I mean, in essence, at some points you have those odd moments where you get a call from a resident ringing you up to thank you for something you've done for them, and it just makes your day. Yeah.
No, I can imagine that is quite a nice feeling to be like, I actually achieved something there. That's
yes,
good.
Yes.
And that's the point, right?
Absolutely.
So, not to sort of put you on the spot, but in your 6 years, is there anything that sort of like stands out to you that you were like, do you know what, I'm really proud to say I did that. I was part of that.
I mean, we're coming on to that in a minute, in essence, because it's the Pitsea swimming pool is one of the largest things that I've been involved in from the start to now. Yeah. And to actually achieve that is fantastic.
Let's get on to that then. So people may or may not know, if you're following our socials, and you definitely know, Pitsea has a brand new swimming pool.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the new pool that you can find in Pitsea.
Well, absolutely. So it's 25 metres long. It's got 4 lanes. It's really well heated.
Very heated.
Yes. I think we were sweating almost, weren't we? Yeah. Just standing around in suits, etc.
Well, it was a really interesting fact that I had no idea about, was why it was so hot in the swimming pool area. And I was told that the air temperature has to be a degree above the water, so that when you get out the pool, you don't get that immediate shock of, oh my God, it's cold. It's to make you more comfortable. And I was like, oh, that's such a clever little idea. I'd never thought of that.
No, it is very good. And the great thing about it is it's got a brand new filtration plant, solar panels on the roof, and a substation. All of this is feeding into a more environmentally friendly way of heating that pool and that air temperature to be, if not carbon neutral, almost carbon neutral.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you've been involved in this process pretty much from the start.
Yes.
So how does that how do we go from no pool to a pool over this sort of time span?
No, definitely. And this is the thing that people, it's like any project in public, you're going to have some bumps in the road. But look at the bumps in the road we had, which was COVID.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes. And then some of the supply chain crisis after that in respect of, will we be able to get chlorine for the pool? Then there was the lifeguards. Will we be able to get enough lifeguards? Because there was suddenly not enough people wanting to be lifeguards. But all of these problems have been resolved. And we've had that journey, and we've been able to get it open, through determination, going back to Cabinet twice, going out to get contractors twice, and then pushing forward with that,
And the new pool is based at Eversley Leisure Centre,
Absolutely.
which is run by Everyone Active.
Yes.
So how does that work with, the pool is a Basildon Council pool, but it's sort of twinned with Eversley Leisure Centre at Everyone Active. How does that work? Is that a good partner for us?
Is a very good partner for us. I mean, if the people who don't know, Everyone Active are very good at partnering with local authorities and producing facilities for the public good. In terms of the subsidised swimming is one of those things that they're able to provide. They're a great partner for us on that. And the two next to each other, the gym and the swimming pool, means it's a more economically sustainable model, because it's effectively a parent could go there to work out in the gym whilst dropping off their child for a swimming lesson, and then they can have a coffee afterwards, and it becomes more of a centre where the family can go.
Yes, yeah, that was something we spoke recently with Sean Beagle, the contract manager for Everyone Active, and it never really dawned on me that being in and around sort of a physical environment such as a swimming pool can be such a social a benefit to people. Sometimes you may not see anyone at all, but you'll go swimming, you can interact with other people, you might meet other people that they go every week. So, not only is it a good thing in getting active and physical, it can be a really social experience.
No, that's true. And I think it does actually create a sense of community for a lot of people. One thing that we found when we talked to residents is some of the older residents have missed that sort of community activities that you get from doing aqua aerobics in the pool, and then just meeting up with friends and having fun. So it can be that level of social participation at all ages, really, and community participation, and, as you say, general fitness. Yeah,
for sure. And getting active is something that we at the council, we really pride ourselves in trying to get people to get out, do something, explore maybe some of our local parks, greener area. But right now it's a fantastic brand new swimming pool there. Take a dip.
Take a dip. It's low friction exercise,
yes,
which is the best thing. I mean, it's easy enough to go for a run, but actually, for some people, that's going to hurt their knees or, other joints. This is a way of exercising that doesn't put that pressure on your joints. And, you can be at any level of fitness and actually start that and get fitter and stay healthier for longer.
And one thing, especially because Pitsea is a place so dear to yourself.
Yes.
I wondered if you could sort of take a moment to talk about why it's so important that this is in Pitsea and how important it will be to the residents of Pitsea.
Well, I think it's fair to say that, when the previous pool went, it felt a little bit like a loss. There was a hope that people would go to the sporting village and use that facility. And a lot of people did. But this means that primary schools and other schools can get there from Pitsea a lot quicker. So you're not using as much classroom time up. It's not going to cost them as much money transport-wise to get there. So that's important in itself. But also, it's that low friction of this being just down the street, or a 15-minute walk or bicycle ride or a bus ride away to go and use. That will hopefully encourage more people to exercise, and by the sounds of it, it already is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we were looking at the Saturday for when it opened, every single slot was booked up for their open day. Every single one. And that is astounding that, you know, something, it's brand new, it's over there, it's in Pitsea, and everyone was like, we've got to go. We've just got to go. So we're really excited to see that this is going to be better for everyone.
No, and it is extremely exciting. I think the thing with it is when it was being built and people could see it going up, the amount of inquiries that were going in, saying, when can I book my lesson, or when can I book to have a swim there, we're starting already. So I'm not surprised it's fully booked. People at Pitsea have been looking forward to this for some time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's open now.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for coming in today to talk about a little bit about yourself and Eversley Pool. I know that I'm excited to go and try it out. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do have anything that you'd like us to talk about, or anyone in particular you'd like us to talk to, please do send us any comments or messages. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining us today. I really do appreciate your time.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.